Diddy is done. Hi guys, glad to be back. I had to come on here to talk about Diddy, as you can imagine. I'm sure by now you've seen the tape, a harrowing footage of Cassie Ventura being beaten senselessly by this monster. And many of us have been saying for years that Diddy is the center of a lot of tragedies that we've seen over the years. Diddy has presented himself as one way to the public. He has protected his brand and all of that, but behind closed doors, he's a complete and utter snake. Mr. Brother Love has been getting away with some shady business for decades, as we know. And this is only the tip of the iceberg, the raid that happened in his home. Still waiting to see what comes from that, but perhaps this video was one of the things that came from that raid. It happened in 2016. For 8 years, this footage has been kept hidden. Obviously, we know that Cassie took him to court last year. She sought damages for what he put her through during the course of their relationship. Abuse, mental, physical. Some people didn't believe her because she took a settlement. But I don't think those people are going to be saying the same thing after this footage has now come out. Taking a settlement doesn't automatically mean someone is lying. And also, when you file a lawsuit, that's also a way of getting things out there in the public. The public got more insight into what she went through because of the lawsuit. If she had just started doing interviews and things like that, people probably wouldn't have believed her. But when you present evidence in court, when you present documents, all of that is under oath. And there's more credibility when it is presented in a court of law.
New surveillance footage obtained exclusively by CNN appears to corroborate some of the allegations of abuse against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
The way this nasty, disgusting individual comes running out of the room in a towel. She obviously waited for him to be in the shower for her to make her escape, for her to make a run for it, essentially. And he caught her. He's doing this in a public place, in a hallway, where anyone could walk down. He doesn't care. If that's what he does in public, can you imagine what he did behind closed doors?
According to the complaint, Combs became extremely intoxicated and punched Miss Ventura in the face, giving her a black eye, which according to the lawsuit, prompted Ventura to try and leave the hotel room. The surveillance video obtained by CNN begins as she enters the hallway. The complaint says, as she exited, Mr. Combs awoke and began screaming at Miss Ventura. He followed her into the hallway of the hotel while yelling at her.
And that's the real Diddy. That's the real Mr. Brother Love. Such disdain, such hatred leveled towards this woman that you were in a relationship with for years. And all the other factors, being with somebody so powerful, so influential. I'm so glad she was able to finally leave and is in a loving marriage now and has a child. But this woman is lucky to be alive. And over the next few weeks, we're going to talk about I'll Be Sure, what he's been saying. We're going to talk about Kim Porter, because her death never sat well with me. It didn't make sense. Yes, people, have died of pneumonia, okay. But she was young. She went to the doctor, according to reports. She was given treatment and even sent home. But in my unprofessional, unmedically trained opinion, it just doesn't make sense to me. Because in light of this, knowing the abusive monster that he is, anything is possible.
Combs seems to walk back to the hotel room, then returns and appears to shove her in a corner. Moments later, he can then be seen throwing an object in her direction.
And those years, those precious years she spent with this friggin' controlling, abusive person being held against her will. Obviously, we saw there, she wanted to leave, and look what he did. All that frustration he has built up inside because he puts on a facade for decades to the public. I'm sure that takes its toll. Hiding things. The fact that this video was hidden. Now, apparently, he paid $50,000 to keep this quiet. That hotel, whoever was involved in keeping this hidden, they need to be investigated. because it was their duty to report a crime. It's absolutely disgusting. What if she had ended up dead? 50 grand is not worth having blood on my hands. I should have reported it to the police, and this guy needs to be in jail. And apparently the police have released a statement.
Ventura declined to comment on the video, but her attorney told CNN the gut-wrenching video has only further confirmed the disturbing and predatory behavior of Mr. Combs. Words cannot express the courage and fortitude that Miss Ventura has shown in coming forward to bring this to light.
What you got to say now? What you got to say now? You ain't got shit to say when you put your girl on the snap.
This guy's true colours have been evident for a long time. And then to come present yourself to the public, change your name to Diddy. You don't want to associate certain things with Puffy. You know, everything that went down where he was arrested and Shyne went to jail and all of that. That's when he changed his name to Diddy, thinking that's going to change anything. And then coming out saying he's Mr. Brother Love and all this nonsense. When really, behind the scenes, he's a complete monster, he's an abuser, and he believes he's untouchable. He believes he's untouchable.
I got my MTV out. Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
I'm not holding my breath, but at some point, he will get what's coming to him. Because you can't run away from everything you've been doing forever. It will catch up with him eventually. He needs to be in jail. He needs to be in a cell with R. Kelly. And if we look back, 2016, just a couple of days after that hotel incident, Cassie was out with Diddy, out in public, and she had bruises on her. Sure, a lot of things that we're going to look back on and realise that the evidence was there in plain sight the whole time. And look at the way Diddy stares at Cassie during this interview, just as they're about to go into the Met Gala in 2018. He's staring at her intently.
We got Miss Cassie, we got Diddy, guys. The party is starting because y'all arrived, right?
Whenever everybody just looks great. I think it's a collection.
Yeah. Head to toe, describe to me, what's the inspiration behind your outfit tonight? Was it an all-white party?
I just wanted to just keep it, simple and plain, angelic, and not really try to overdo it with the theme, but just, have it be more sophisticated and more minimalistic.
That's right you are. And please tell me about your look tonight. You look amazing.
I'm wearing head-to-toe Tom Brown, and I just wanted to be, at my Sunday's best, suited and booted. I always wear a dress, so I wanted to try something different.
Yeah, it's just like everyday life for us.
Yeah. You angelic all the time? Mm-hmm. Final question, is there anything that you may want to confess tonight before you go in?
I keep everything right here.
There you go.
Or right here.
There you go. That's how you do it, right?
Awkward laugh there at the end. You could see him looking at her intently.
Midnight for dessert? I'm thinking over here we bring out a huge chocolate fondue fountain.
Oh yeah, P. Diddy had his birthday party here a couple years back and he had one of those.
Oh, screw that then. I don't want a fondue fountain if P. Diddy had one.
Does it matter?
Yes, it matters. I don't want to do it if Diddy did it.
How about a donut machine?
Did Diddy do it?
Diddy did do it.
A full ice cream bar.
Diddy did it.
Damn it, what didn't Diddy do?
A Ferrari cake? Diddy didn't do it.
That was 2006. You know how South Park, Simpsons, they always seem to predict things or tell us things. There's a really sad image of Cassie there. Just kind of sums up more than likely how miserable she was in that relationship. But of course we have people weighing in on this whole situation. Lots of people weighing in. Candace Owens, she's friends with Kanye. She was saying that he's been trying to tell us about Diddy for years and basically saying that he's a informant to the feds. He's not in jail because he's a Fed/CIA asset. Kanye tried to tell everyone.
And the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public, and I didn't have the address to my child. None of these niggas that want to say something
Travis
now.
gave you the address, though?
Travis gave me the address.
Right.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, f*** you. Hold on.
Okay.
All you fake hard niggas, f*** you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give because you can't shoot nobody anyway, and the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you f***ing fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be able to do all that, and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my co-car. So y'all niggas shut the up about me. Now let me say it calm. You niggas shut the up about, you shut the about Michael. Right. I'm Michael now.
Natanya, thank you so much for being with us. I can't imagine what you've been through since 1999 and then all the emotions that must be coming up over the last couple of days. What was your reaction, Natanya, when you saw these massive raids at P. Diddy's two homes?
First and foremost, thank you for having me. It was very emotional. In short, it was extremely emotional because it was basically it marked 25 years, a quarter of a century since this occurred. And I've had to relive this over and over again, intermittently in that time. So when I saw it, it was very cathartic because I finally felt like justice would be done. Justice would be mine and belong to all of his victims.
Yeah, and you have said since really right after the shooting that it was P. Diddy who shot you. I mean, I think you even said it to the doctor that night, right?
I said it immediately. I literally watched them pull out the guns. I've had a clear point of view. I mean, for God's sake, I got shot in my nose. I was facing them directly. I watched everything occur and have described it, vehemently to all parties involved. I think in our society, we have respectability politics. There are people who want to be adjacent to power or celebrity or money, and there's a hierarchy of respectability. Because his name was more notable, he was believed rather than a victim who gave a first-hand account. By the grace of God, I survived.
Yeah, and this was also a different time. I mean, things were very, very different in 1999. I mean, did you sense right from the beginning that no one believed you?
Well, I don't think that was on my mind. I think first and foremost, I'm a mother. I'm a mother of 3. At the time, I was a mother of 2. And just surviving and getting home to my children was of the utmost importance to me. Being whole and being able to mother them. That was, primary on my list. I didn't have any reason to believe that to think that someone would not believe me. But as things unfolded, it was a very short period of time where I realized that's what in fact was happening.
So, as I mentioned, Diddy has denied being the one who pulled the trigger. But this is interesting, Natanya. Rodney Jones, also known as Little Rod, is now suing Diddy for sexual harassment. That's something that's been in the headlines for the last couple of days. And there's a very interesting quote from his lawsuit that relates back to you that I want to read because it sort of ties all of this together. And it says, Jones claims in the lawsuit, Mr. Combs shared that he was responsible for the shooting in the nightclub in New York City with rapper Shyne. He shared that artist and Mr. Combs' girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez, aka J-Lo, carried the gun into the club for him and passed him the gun after he got into an altercation with another individual. So now you have Little Rod in this new lawsuit saying that Diddy told him that he actually was responsible.
So 50 said, "Now I'm sure Puffy didn't do it. He is innocent. This proves nothing." This is what his lawyers are going to say. God help us all. Obviously, this guy is able to get the best of the best lawyers. The lie detector test has determined this was a lie. Maury vibes. And that was Diddy's statement. Talking about the sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. And that's what people accused Cassie of initially, simply because she took a settlement. When court cases are settled all the time, because with the power that this guy has, there were no guarantees that she would get the best outcome if she went through the whole legal process. So she settled.
P. Diddy, you a sick son of a is what you is. Ran that woman down like she was a warhog. And you was a leper. You ought to be ashamed, love. I can't defend you. You don't need counseling. You need jail. Come on. God damn, brotherly love. That don't look good, fam. Keeping that woman. That ain't how we treat our queens, fam. That ain't how we treat our queen, fam. You got 3 dogs. That ain't how we treat them, dog. This ain't it. I'm scared of you. You ran out, grabbed her from behind, like in stealth mode. You dangerous.
So, a statement on alleged video involving Sean Combs. Or Combs, whatever. We are aware of the video that has been circling online, allegedly depicting Sean Combs assaulting a young woman in Los Angeles. We find the images extremely disturbing and difficult to watch. If the conduct depicted occurred in 2016, unfortunately, we would be unable to charge as the conduct would have occurred beyond the timeline where a crime of assault can be prosecuted. As of today, law enforcement has not presented a case related to the attack depicted in the video against Mr. Combs, but we encourage anyone who has been a victim or witness to a crime to report it to law enforcement or reach out to our office for support from our Bureau of Victims Services. That's very disappointing. They're claiming that it's past the whole statute of limitations, I guess. So 50 said this is why they put that tape out. They know they can't charge him with what we saw, but they know that we can't unsee what we saw. I mean, they're investigating him now for the whole S trafficking thing. So we'll see what comes of that. But at least he's been exposed. He is done. He is done. Because that tape is irrefutable. So as far as I'm concerned, all roads lead back to Puffy. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.